Hi, my dear students. This lecture is about nasal consonants. We know that nasal consonants are m, n, and ing. So, what is a nasal consonant? It is, of course, the nasal consonant, a consonant in which the mouth is blocked and all the air goes out through the nose. So, if we turn it into a question, and I want to ask you, why are they called consonants? They are called nasal consonants because the soft palate is lowered and all the air goes out through the nasal cavity. So what's the difference here between an oral consonant and a nasal consonant? A nasal consonant, the soft palate is lowered and all the air goes through the nasal cavity. Whereas in oral consonants, the soft palate is raised and all the air goes through the mouth or the oral cavity. إذا الفرق بيناتهم هو مكان خروج النفس, the breath or the voice. These are the diagrams or the figures of ma and na. You can see here that ma in its production بنحاول إنه ننتج هذا الصوت. What happens? This is the soft palate. It is not raised to close the oral cavity, the nasal cavity. No, it is lowered. شوفوا هنا أنا نزلت. ليش نزلت? To let the air, this is the dotted line, هذا الخط المقطع يشير إلى إيش؟ The direction of the air. To let the air goes through the nose, passing the nasal cavity. Now, it can also pass here. الهواء أيضا يقدر يمر من هنا. يقدر يمر through the oral cavity. Can it go out? No, it cannot go out. Why? Because the lips are pressed against each other. They are closed so that they block, يسدون, they block the oral cavity. Since the oral cavity is blocked by the lips, all the air can go or goes through the nasal cavity. The case is similar, الحالة متشابهة, in the pronunciation of na. You see that the soft palate is lowered and the air cannot go through the mouth, through the oral cavity. Why? Because there is a closure here. Where is the closure between the tip of the tongue and the alveolar ridge? So that all the air is forced, in jabr, is forced to go through the nasal cavity. Therefore, the description of these sounds is different because the place of articulation is different. Now let's see. Now, how are ma and na produced? How they are produced? The soft palate is lowered for both ma and na. For ma, the mouth is blocked by closing the two lips. إذن وين الclosure? Between the upper lip and the lower lip. For na, by pressing the tip of the tongue against the alveolar ridge and the sides of the palate. So, where is the closure in na? Between the tip of the tongue and the alveolar ridge. Both sounds are voiced in English. Both sounds are voiced. There is a vibration in the vocal cords and they are voiced. And the voiced air passes through the nose. Therefore, they are nasal consonants. Now we move to the third nasal consonant, which is ing. Ing. We don't say ing. Ing. No, it is not ing. ماكو ج بالأخير. It is ing. Ing. Okay. What about this consonant? This nasal consonant is mainly found دائما أكثر شيء وين يكون موجود in the ing that is added to the verbs, but not in the ing that is an original part of the noun. يعني ال ing اللي مضافة للأفعال وليست هي اللي تكون من أصل الكلمات أو من أصل الاسم. We are going to see that in the examples at the end of the video. Okay, what about this diagram? شبيه هذا الشكل. Look at the soft palate. It is also lowered. It is lowered. Why it is lowered? Why is it lowered? It is lowered to let the air goes through the nasal cavity to go out through the nose. Now, why doesn't it go through the mouth? ليش ما يخرج الهواء من خلال الأنف أو الأورال cavity? Because it is blocked. It is closed. There is a closure between the soft palate and the back of the mouth. Now let's see in the following slide the production of the sound ing. Ing. How is ing produced? Number one, the soft palate is lowered and all the air passes out through the nose. The mouth is blocked by the back of the tongue pressed against the soft palate. This sound is voiced. ده تشوفون nasal consonants م, ن, ing. The three of them, all of them are voiced. ثلاثتهم يكونون voiced. Now, what about this sound ing? Look at point number 4. The sound ing does not occur in initial positions. أبد ما يجي في بداية الكلمات باللغة الإنجليزية. دائما نلاحظ الإنج موجود في وسط الكلمة ومعظم الحالات في نهاية الكلمات. Now, if I ask you to describe the sound م, you give me immediately the 3 criteria. تنطوني المعايير الثلاثة اللي هي voicing, place of articulation, manner of articulation. Now, for م, it is voiced, bilabial, and nasal. What about ن? It is voiced, also voiced, alveolar, and nasal. So they are different only in the place of articulation. What about ing? Ing. It is voiced, velar, and it is nasal concerning the manner of articulation. It is velar like what sound? What stop consonant? It is velar like k and g. K and g. When the back of the tongue is in contact with the soft palate, causing by that a closure. We see that in stop consonants and in the affricates and in the fricatives, there were voiced and voiceless consonants, and they affected the previous vowel. دائما الأصوات الصحيحة تأثر على الفاول، صوت العلة اللي قبلها اللي يسبقها، نقول عليه the previous vowel. Now what about nasal consonants? Do they shorten the vowel? Do they lengthen the vowel؟ راح تطوله أم تقصر الفاول؟ أم شنو أثرها على الفاول؟ They make the vowel nasalized. nasalized. خلينا نشوف شنو يقصد nasalized. Nasal consonants cause the previous vowel to be nasalized. This is to mean that part of the voicing of the vowel goes out through the nasal cavity. احنا نعرف الفاولز كلها النفس مالتها الهواء الفويسنج راح يطلع من الفم، من الأورال كافيتي، لكن إذا إجا بعدها nasal consonant راح يكون جزء من الهواء راح يطلع من الأورال كافيتي والجزء الآخر يطلع من النيزل كافيتي، فما نقول عليه nasal vowel، لا nasalized part of the air. Okay, now define a nasalized vowel، وهذا التعريف موجود في نهاية الكتاب. شنو هو تعريف nasalized vowel؟ It is a vowel in which the soft palate is lowered and all air goes through both the mouth and the nose. إذن الهواء راح يخرج جزء من عنده من الماوث وجزء من عنده من النوز. يعني السوفت بالت بهالحالة راح تكون raised or lowered، راح تكون lowered، لكن ماكو closure، ماكو انسداد بالفم يمنع خروج الهواء، فالهواء راح يخرج من كلا الأنف والفم. Now, how do we transcribe a nasalized vowel؟ شلون راح نكتبه كتابة صوتية هذا الفاول حتى نقول للقارئ شوف هذا nasalized؟ لازم نسوي له فد مارك معينة، فد إشارة أو علامة معينة، فد سيمبل معين حتى يبين إنه هذا الفاول nasalized، وإحنا فاهمين إنه النيزل consonant يسوي الفاول قبله nasalized. طبعا هي مو دائما إنه ضروري تكتبوها، بس إذا كتبت قدامكم وأسألكم شنو هاي قولوا لي this is a nasalized vowel. Now look at this word can. شوفوا على الكتابة الصوتية مالتها can. زين هذا الن اللي بالنهاية هو nasal consonant راح يأثر على الفاول اللي هو اللي قبله. we put، شوفوا ايش راح نحط، فد إشارة مثل المدة اللي باللغة العربية. we put this mark، راح نحط هاي الإشارة over the vowel، فوق الفاول. can. Now we go back to ma and na and we make a practice for some words in different positions، قسم بالfinal positions، قسم بالmedial positions، وطبعا هي توجد بالinitial position. في كل البوزيشنز ممكن أن تكون الما والنا موجودة. him، limp، one، sand، lamb. شوفوا هاي الما بعدها البي ما طول اكو ما وراها حرف بي، فالما الباء ما ينلفظ، حتى بالكتابة الصوتية لا يوجد البي. شوفوا lamp، tin، scent، room، lump، soon، fond، game، games، mine، sons. هسه راح أقرأ الأعمدة بشكل متقابل حتى تشوفون الفرق بيناتها. lambs، البي لا يوجد lambs, lambs, lamp, lamp, sand, sand, scent, scent, joined, joined, joint, joint, hums, hums, hump, hump, sins, sins, since, since, complained, complained, complaint, complaint. Now, we move to the words concerning the sound ing, ing. قدر الإمكان من الفضة للإنج، من الفضة إنج ج ج. وأنا أيضا قدر الإمكان ما راح الفظ هاي الج اللي بعد الإنج، لكن إذا لفظت فهي مو مشكلة. المهم إحنا نعرف الكتابة الصوتية للآي إن جي من تكون موجودة بالكلمة. Now. وطبعا هي مو بس الاي ان جي، احيانا الاي ان جي والى اخره، لكن هي الان جي بحد ذاتها هي تكون عبارة عن ing. singer, singer, hang up, hang up, singing, ring it, longing, long ago, wrong again, hanging, among others, banging. Now, the most important thing is to keep na and ing separate and not to confuse between them. Now, لازم نفرق بين النا والإنج. ن شوف وين التip of the tongue، ن against the alveolar ridge، صاعدة إلى الأعلى. لكن إنج شوفوا وين التip of the tongue، نازلة بالالفيولار ريدج مالت باللثة مالت الأسنان السفلى. إنج اللي صاعد هو الباك of the tongue. Now sin, 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 sing, sing, run, 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 tons, tons, tongues, tongues, sun, sun, sung, sung, sinner, sinner, singer, singer. And thank you very much for listening, and goodbye.